Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is present, everyone. Welcome back for more SPTV, where every day is a bad day to be David Miscavige, and every day is a good day not to be in a cult. All right, let me bring you guys up to speed a little bit. I'll tell you who done messed up this time. The LAPD just cannot seem to get out of its own way. The LAPD has a perception problem. It has a corruption problem, but it has a perception problem surrounding its corruption problem. And I don't know if there's anyone over there who seemed to, really know what they were doing, or perhaps weren't corrupt. It shouldn't be that difficult to try to diffuse some of the things for which the LAPD gets a bad reputation. We're talking about being in the pocket of Scientology. Leah Remini has been calling out the LAPD for corruption with respect to Scientology for a long time. And I wanted to share with you a little bit of what's going on in the Twitterverse for those of you who are not part of the Twitterverse. Let me explain. I'm going to read for you a tweet thread. Let's just jump right on into it. Leah says, it's been nearly 1 month since I respectfully requested a meeting with Los Angeles Police Chief Michael Moore. I've not even received a form letter in response to my request. As you can see, I tweeted this request and shared it on other platforms. The request was sent to Chief Moore's Chief of Staff, Deputy Chief Daniel Rudolph. It was sent directly to Chief Moore's private LAPD HQ email address. It was also sent to Chief Moore's Director of Scheduling. This is all after we learned that LAPD Chief Moore met with Scientology lawyer Vicky Podboreski. As I noted below, I also learned that Chief Moore has met with Scientology officials and civilian Scientologists, both as chief and assistant chief. Scientology gets to have meetings with the chief, but a representative for the thousands of survivors of Scientology doesn't. So there's more to this thread, but in this tweet here, Leah refers back to the letter she wrote on May 16th. And I do want to share that with you before we proceed on with the main thread. So May 16th, Leah says, as promised, I contacted LAPD Chief Michael Moore's office directly to request an in-person meeting. I look forward to meeting with the chief to discuss my and many other former Scientologists' concerns about Scientology and its relationship with the LAPD. Okay, real quick, guys, I'm going to read for you this short letter. This is from Leah Remini to the LAPD command team. And the date on this again, May 16th. I'm writing to request an in-person meeting with Chief Moore to discuss my grave concerns about Scientology's relationship with the LAPD and its impact on victims and survivors of Scientology and the reporting of serious crimes. I'm an actress, producer, author, and advocate. I was a Scientologist for 35 years and left in 2013 after facing years of abuse. While I'm known for the memoir I wrote about my time in Scientology and the documentary series I produced and co-hosted, a vast majority of my advocacy work on behalf of victims and survivors of Scientology is done out of the public eye. The LAPD's relationship with Scientology repeatedly comes up as a concern when I'm speaking to former Scientologists, particularly Sea Org members who are Scientology's paramilitary workforce. Sea Org members who have escaped Scientology buildings in the Hollywood area. But I have also had personal experiences with the LAPD, particularly with LAPD Hollywood Station, that has led me to speak out publicly and to request this meeting with Chief Moore today. I know that Chief Moore met with Vicky Podboreski, a longtime attorney for Scientology, on April 24th. I also understand that Chief Moore has not only met with senior Scientology executives in the past, but also with civilian Scientologists, both in his role as chief and previously as assistant chief. Okay, there is a page 2 on this letter, and it continues. The thousands of victims and survivors of Scientology deserve at a minimum equal time with the chief so that we may share our significant and urgent concerns with the LAPD at the highest level. I want to meet with Chief Moore to share concerns about Scientology's relationship with the LAPD, Scientology policies that make it a high crime within Scientology to cooperate with law enforcement against another Scientologist, and the fact that there is no relationship of trust between former Scientologists and the LAPD. In particular, the fact that former Sea Org members who have recently escaped and are aware of significant crimes being committed by Scientology and its leadership, all the way up to David Miscavige, do not feel comfortable sharing information with the LAPD because they understandably fear they will not be protected as witnesses. I also want to discuss the mistreatment of 2 LAPD detectives by Scientology's intelligence agency, the Office of Special Affairs. These two detectives have been harassed and targeted simply for doing their jobs. While I have publicly expressed anger and frustration about the LAPD's relationship with Scientology, rest assured I am interested in having a productive meeting with the chief. I look forward to hearing from you and to meeting with Chief Moore. Respectfully, Leah Remini. Okay. How do I navigate? There we go. There's the big X. All right. Okay, good. So now we know what was the substance of the letter. Sounded like a respectful letter to me. Sounded like a genuine request. If I worked for the LAPD, I would have taken it as a genuine request. And so that is what Leah's referring to when she says, it's been nearly a month since I respectfully requested a meeting with LAPD Chief Michael Moore. She's received not even so much as an acknowledgement of her request. Okay, let's carry on with the thread. Leah Remini says, item number 2 in the thread. Today, we learned more about LAPD's corrupt relationship with Scientology. There was an evidentiary hearing in the rape case of celebrity Scientologist Danny Masterson. By the way, convicted serial rapist and Scientologist in good standing, Danny Masterson. Weeks ago, we learned that Scientology's lawyer, Vicky Podboreski, had revealed that she had highly sensitive criminal discovery in the Danny Masterson case. This discovery was shared with her by Danny's legal team, even though Scientology has claimed time and time again that they have nothing to do with Danny Masterson's criminal defense. That has always been a lie. And it was confirmed when Vicky inadvertently emailed the LA District Attorney's Office with a link to that evidence. Judge Almeida ruled that Danny's previous criminal defense attorneys, Tom Mesereau and Sharon Applebaum, shared this information with Scientology, and Judge Almeida sanctioned those two attorneys. Today, we also learned that longtime Scientology operative Kirsten Peterson, aka Kirsten Catano, who has a long history of suppressing whistleblowers and survivors, sent 12 letters to LAPD Chief Moore on Scientology letterhead. Those letters resulted in the meeting Chief Moore had with Vicky Podboreski. We still need to find out who joined Vicky in that meeting, and the LAPD refuses to share who else was in the meeting, either from Scientology side or from the LAPD side. Chief Moore took Scientology's complaints, which were filled with lies as always. He took their complaints seriously and started investigating 2 of his detectives and Deputy District Attorney Mueller. Instead of rooting out corruption in his department, Chief Moore is doing Scientology's bidding. LAPD has a long history of corruption when it comes to Scientology. Here's just one disturbing example in this thread linked below. I'm not going to read that thread because it's just too long. Chief Moore does not want to meet with me because he does not want to be confronted with his department's corruption by me. I will not be silenced or intimidated, LAPD Chief Moore. I urge everyone to join me in exposing this corruption. Please send an email to the Los Angeles Police Commission. Here is the address to email. It is policecommission@lapd.online. Ask the police commission to investigate LAPD's relationship with Scientology. Additionally, if you are a resident of Los Angeles, contact your council member and urge them to look into this conspiracy. Here's how to find who represents you. And then there is a link to neighborhoodinfo.lacity.org. And I don't really want to click through on that because I don't know where it's going. So, all right. You know, in the beginning of the video, I said, you know, if there was anybody over there who really knew what they were doing or just simply wasn't corrupt, they would just take the meeting with Leah Remini. I mean, how hard is that to do? It's the least they could do. Now this letter that Leah Remini sent to the LAPD chief, that was even before the verdict came in, finding Danny Masterson guilty on 2 counts of forcible rape of Scientologists. Danny Masterson was using the Scientology organization to protect himself from the legal ramifications of having drugged and raped many Scientology women. Guys, he might have been charged with only 3 attacks against 3 women. He might have only been found guilty for attacks against 2 women. There are no less than 10 women who have come forward and said that they were drugged and or raped by Danny Masterson. Those are just the ones we know about. The LAPD dropped the ball on the Danny Masterson investigation way back in 2004. The corruption that has been exposed in the Hollywood division of the LAPD is undeniable. And if LAPD Chief Michael Moore wanted to just do the bare minimum that he could to restore even a little bit of confidence in the LAPD, to show we're not really in the pocket of Scientology, he could have just taken the damn meeting with Leah Remini. It's the easiest thing he could have done. But then that goes to what Leah says here. She says, Chief Moore does not want to meet with me because he does not want to be confronted with his department's corruption by me. And that sounds just about right to me. All right, real quick, jumping over to the super chats, and then we'll call it a wrap on this one for the day. Russ Hampton, hey, Aaron, what's up, Big Daddy? Leah can have one of her actor-producer friends get a meeting and her sneak right into that interview without the police department knowing she's coming. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Who knows? Kelly O'Hara, lousy, awful, pathetic, and disgraceful. It really is. It really is. Plaques and tangles. Note to self. If I ever have to hide from the mafia, join the Sea Organization. Yeah, for real. That's one way Miscavige can get some new recruits. Borderline, what? Hey, Ron, I want to hear a rock and roll song. I keep pressing the guitar, but no link to your daughter's rock album. Where's Shelly? Hashtag Team Mike. Well, thank you for the super chat, Borderline, what? Diana B, true crime follower. LAPD has a history of corruption. Absolutely. And Dave Owens, she should try to get a meeting with the LA County Sheriff Luna. I bet he'll take that meeting. The jurisdictions cross over. Well, that is very interesting. Guys, stay tuned. I'm doing a video in a little bit, just a little bit later this evening. You guys remember a month or two ago, I was pretty hot and heavy doing videos exposing Scientologists to child predators such as Johnny Mauer. Well, I got a new one for you, and it's a big one. So stay tuned, guys. I'm coming a little bit later this evening with that one. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who watches until the very end. Oh, wait. Let me hide that comment right there. There we go. Thanks for watching. And thanks to everyone who watches until the very end. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right